This is the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Monday, the 23rd of September. I'm Michael Groff. Very active weather across much of Arizona today, including the valley, with the potential of scattered to widespread thunderstorms. A lot of those will become severe, capable of producing strong, damaging straight-line winds, large hail. We've already seen some flash flooding this morning in parts of the East Valley. And yes, isolated tornadoes are also a risk today. So a lot to unpack. Let's get into it. First, the almanac from yesterday, 98 degrees was the high in the valley. The morning low, 72. We should be cutting into that rainfall deficit. That's some good news. Outside now, here just before 9 a.m., it feels like a steam bath outside. 77 degrees under mostly cloudy skies at Sky Harbor. Dew point way up at 75. Relative humidity 94%. Wind from the east-northeast at 13, and the barometer is steady. Temperatures around the area right now, the cool pockets in the upper 60s. Many of us where we've seen some showers this morning in the 70s. A few spots where it stayed dry are in the low 80s. Rainfall, speaking of, so far this morning, we've seen nearly 2 inches in parts of East Mesa over toward Goldfield. And we had a report from the National Weather Service that said there was 3.5 inches that occurred in an hour and 40 minutes just to the northeast of Fountain Hills this morning. That tells you the kind of atmospheric conditions we're dealing with today. Looking at the 500 millibar analysis this morning, you can see a trough moving through the Great Basin and diving down toward the southwestern United States. That will form into a closed low, and that should set the stage for our active weather this afternoon and tonight. And then that closed low will just hang around the southwestern U.S. for a good portion of the upcoming week. The watch warning map, there you see a flash flood warning that continues for parts of eastern Maricopa, northern Pinal County. We have a flash flood watch for a good portion of Arizona. That's in effect until tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. So the risk of heavy rain that could produce flash flooding will be with us for a while. Convective outlook for today, we've got the rare enhanced risk for a section of west central Arizona that extends to the West Valley, then the rest of the Phoenix metro area in the standard slight risk, with another large portion of Arizona in the marginal risk category. And so, yes, the main potential from storms, again, large hail, strong damaging winds, but the SPC has outlined a 2% risk of a tornado. That means anywhere in that zone you see there, that includes the Phoenix metro area, there is a 2% chance within 25 miles of a given point of a tornado. Just something to think about for today. All right, the precipitation outlook valid through next Monday morning from the WPC. Rain amounts here in Metro Phoenix, 1 to 1.5 inches. Obviously, your amount will vary. Isolated spots, well, yeah, they could see 3 inches plus if you get parked under one of those heavy thunderstorms like we've already seen this morning. Obviously, heavier totals north and east of Phoenix over the upslope areas. Let's get into this complex weather situation now as we take a look at the models. Check it out. This is the GFS. The 06Z run valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon, the upper look at about 18,000 feet. Here comes our upper low, diving out of the Great Basin into the southwest U.S. A diffluent flow out ahead of it. So plenty of moisture moving in down at the surface. Partly sunny skies this morning. I think we're going to see a lull in some of the activity for a little while. So we'll just see widely scattered showers and storms through the morning hours. And then things start to get pretty interesting this afternoon. Let's take a look at some of the high-res models. This is the HRRR at 2 o'clock this afternoon. And you can see it's got some showers and storms firing up. Many of these will become supercells, some of these discrete cell type storms that get going. And any one of these could put down not only torrential rain, but obviously severe weather. And we'll look at those parameters too, the potential of severe storms. Bulk shear values are elevated, around 50 plus knots here over Arizona. So strong winds through the atmospheric column, a diffluent flow aloft that allows air parcels to freely rise. And the instability values are way up there, as high as you'll ever see them in Arizona. We have CAPE values between 2,500 and 3,500 joules per kilogram. Yes, severe weather will be a risk. And another graphic, we don't put on these weather videos all that often. You saw this yesterday. This is the significant tornado parameter coming off the HRRR. And anytime you see a non-zero number, it's always eyebrow raising. But now we're seeing upwards of 2 to 3 units here over south central and western Arizona. So this highlights the point that there could be an isolated tornado today. Not saying there's going to be one. It's not a guarantee. In fact, you probably won't see it. But just know that this is one of those rare times where it is plausible that we could see one here in southern Arizona. It would likely be a weak tornado, but something still to think about. All right, and then, of course, for you hardcore weather geeks out there, we show these sometimes, too. This is really the under-the-hood look at the weather, and to some of you, this will look like Klingon, but this is a forecast sounding coming off the 3-kilometer NAM this afternoon. And again, this highlights just how wild the atmosphere is looking. We have helicity, the energy helicity index up around 3 units. You've got the supercell composite. The significant tornado parameter is way up there as well, at least by Phoenix standards. Cape values in excess of 3,000 joules per kilogram. Plenty of moisture. PWatt values are higher than they should be for this time of year. In fact, up in the 99th percentile of climatology. Dry air in the mid-levels. So as air rises, it will cool very rapidly. We have very steep lapse rates. Everything is set. All of the ingredients are on the table, is what I'm trying to tell you, for severe weather today. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to happen, but that means the atmosphere is primed. We have that upper low to the north and west, and that's going to help to trigger those showers and storms later this afternoon and tonight. And of course, there you see on the right, the possible hazard type is tornado. And so again, that doesn't mean there's going to be one. We're not here to scare anybody. We're just passing along information, what the models are telling us, and that is a possibility. We think the storms will be more cellular type in nature. That means scattered throughout much of the afternoon. And then we'll see kind of a line of storms developing late this afternoon and tonight. So I think the window for severe weather today should be between about 11 a.m. this morning and 9 p.m. this evening. But looking at the HRRR at midnight tonight, it still has some heavy thunderstorms coming through the area, some more discrete cells. And yes, I suppose those could still produce some gusty winds, but I think by that point, the tornado and even the hail threat should be over with. All right, now tomorrow morning, back off the GFS. Yes, still scattered showers and thunderstorms will be with us. Some heavy rain will still be possible as that upper low lingers. And highs this afternoon are going to be upper 80s and low 90s. It'll be very muggy. Lows tonight generally in the 70s. And then tomorrow, by tomorrow afternoon, high temperatures should get again into the upper 80s to near 90. And still scattered showers and thunderstorms will be with us. All right, let's go to Wednesday. Again, still a slight chance of showers and storms. That low is just going to linger. It's going to stick around across southern Arizona, northern Mexico for much of the upcoming week. And so Thursday will continue with slight chances of showers and storms. Highs somewhere between about 87 and 90 or so. By Friday, we'll start to move this out of here. Could there be a shower around someplace Friday, I guess, but I think we're going to take that out of the forecast for us here in Phoenix at least, and high temperatures fairly close to 90. And then over the weekend, more troughing will start to develop along the west coast, so we're not going to see temperatures rebound all that much. Highs stay pretty close to the upper 80s and low 90s for both Saturday and Sunday. Here's a week from today. This is Monday, the 30th of September. Here comes another trough, and this one probably not going to have a lot of moisture with it. We'll have to keep an eye on this setup, but at this point, it looks like this is going to be a dry trough passage for us, just breezy conditions and high temperatures staying below normal, likely in the upper 80s and low 90s. And this is the end of the 10-day forecast period. Wednesday, the 2nd of October. That looks like baggy troughing to the west, a ridge to our east over Texas and northeastern Mexico, and a southwesterly flow aloft. So temperatures would still be held in check. Highs probably right around 90. Keep in mind the normal high on October 2nd, 94 degrees. So we should stay ever so slightly below that. All right, taking a look at the precipitation for the next 10 days or so coming off the European ensemble. Yeah, we're still looking at 2 to 3 inches of rain, depending on if you go with the deterministic or the ensemble mean. The model spread is huge, though. But I think that a good portion of the valley seeing at least an inch to maybe 2 inches looks likely. And yes, some of those isolated spots will see those higher end of this model spread, which goes up to about 6 inches, which is unbelievable. But we've already had 3.5 inches up around Fountain Hills this morning. So incredible rain is possible, at least over the next 24 hours or so. All right, temperatures through the period off the GFS ensemble. I think temperatures are a little lower than what you see here. I don't think we're going to be getting up into the low 90s. We might today. But overall highs staying below average for the rest of the month and heading into October. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning. Of course, updates before that if necessary. If you like our videos, be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell so that whenever we post a brand new one, you'll get the notifications. Your comments, questions, and suggestions always encouraged as well. Thank you so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. Be safe out there and have yourselves a fantastic Monday.